Good morning, folks. It's the next day. It's Friday, the 20th of December. Wow. But anyways, today we should get all our corn done for the 2019 season. I'm currently waiting on the truck. It'll be a while before he gets here. I figure we got, it's probably close to about 30 acres left, give or take some. So it shouldn't take us too long to get this done. Hopefully early to mid-afternoon we should have this all done, but we're just, yeah, I guess I'm going to be sitting here for a little while, and then we will have at her and get this done. I got to drive through these two containers, and he's going to actually back in from the road just on the other side of that there. Our landlord here has got kind of a mess. Here's an old farmhouse, just kind of cool, except it's fallen in like really bad. There's a really nice shed over there. I don't want to show too much. A couple cars there as well. Windows are kind of all dirty, but it actually isn't working out too bad. This corn here is definitely better than that at the other farm. What we did, we started here. We planted a bunch here, and then we ended up going over there and doing that, and then I think we came back here. But this is definitely better corn. Where we are, I don't know what the rest looks like, but so we're going to be waiting here. Alright, so we got this side with all the buildings done. He jumped over to that side. I'm not sure where he went. We had a bunch left in the center field, and then we got the whole backfield to do. I'm not sure what's back there. That's probably the largest chunk I would... it's a good sized chunk. There's I want to call them waterways, I guess ditches, drainage ditches throughout this whole farm. There's one, the main one runs down the middle, and then there's one in between this property and the neighbor's property. That's a big one. There's actually a pump over on the one fence line. And there's at least one that runs to that fence line, and then the rest kind of run to the back, and then they split off kind of in a Y shape. And so yeah, so we got one half done. There is a bridge in between this half and that half, and he actually went across with the combine, and well, he didn't fall through, so I guess it's all right. So yeah, so we're waiting on the truck again. It should be 25 minutes, I would think. Depends if he's got to wait in line. We are selling to the co-op now. I'm not sure if he's selling it or if they're going to hold it for a while. We couldn't, I don't know, corn was too wet for that guy, even though the load that he rejected was actually 23%. So I don't know. I guess we'll see we get all the slips together, we'll compare moisture and see where we're actually at. Um, but yeah, so we're waiting here. We'll have to sit here for a while. Hey guys, so today is it's Christmas Day actually. So Merry Christmas. Obviously you're gonna see this be a couple days after Christmas or whenever you see this. But anyways, it is Christmas Day and we finished combining last Friday. What's today? Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. We finished on Friday afternoon. It was dark when we got done. Um, but anyways, we are completely done with harvest. Um, thought I'd do this and kind of recap the year, my thoughts, our plans for next year, stuff like that. Um, so this year was obviously a crazy year. Um, the weather, the rain, uh, just everything was kind of fighting against us this year. But everything we had at home, say all the corn we had at home, I thought was very good. I can't complain at all about any of that. Um, I mean, we easily, I can't say completely, but we had to have broken 250 bushel an acre easily. I guarantee there are certain spots in the fields that hit 300. Um, I mean, there was some big years out there, and we really picked corn. Soybeans, I don't think we were really amazed with them. Um, they did fine. There's no complaining, but I mean we've had better soybeans in past years. Um, as for the rented ground, so we rent. Obviously, these last couple videos have been the rented ground, which we rent two properties. Actually, we rent three. Um, those small 20 acres that we actually had our very first soybeans on, which is one property, but that's not too far from home. But anyways, we rented two properties. We like to call the north. Um, it's I guess everybody has their own little nicknames for fields and whatnot. Um, it's by car. It's about half an hour. Um, half an hour, I think, to our the farthest one. The other one's kind of in between, which is very convenient because it doesn't take much to get to the other one or one to the next. Um, but anyways, that ground up there is tough. Uh, we'll start with the farthest 60.
which we've run now for 2 years. We had soybeans on there last year, which we had to go in and do combine them when they were froze. We actually ended up getting the straw bale as well last year, and this year we put corn on. It would have been the beginning of June, which for our area is late. But anyways, we got it in. We weren't really happy with it getting it in, and all summer we weren't happy with it because it just didn't grow. Just did not have that good growing time frame like the rest of our stuff did. And there's a lot of water holes, a lot of water sitting, which it's gonna happen when it rains and rains and rains. Dad wondered. We had trouble early in the summer with our sprayer. Uh, the sprayer monitor wasn't working, and actually at about the same time, our 6290 had a fuel leak, and we were just waiting. We ended up getting stuck waiting, and we actually hired the co-op to spray a bunch of our ground, and they got it done, and I believe they ended up doing that property, but um, Dad was wondering if the weed pressure um, may have hurt us more, uh, but at the same time it was raining, the weather wasn't great, and it is what I say it too often, but it is what it is. Um, so uh, we got the 60, and then we got about a 65, um, which is the property in between. Um, for the year we had, and as late as we got it in, I can't really complain about that. Um, it definitely looked better um, in spots. Most of it looked fairly good. The thing is, we started there, which wasn't that great, and then we went up. We went to the far north, and that was just terrible. And then we came back, and then that looked really nice because of what we were just picking was really ugly. Um, but it did all right. Um, so half of that property is considered mine, uh, and it's tough to say. And like I said, with that other field, it's a yearly thing. We put soybeans on there. We did just fine with our soybeans. I don't know what they yielded. If they yielded 50, I mean that's pretty good for that. And we don't pay. I think for what the land is, I think we're paying pretty decent. Um, this other property too. I mean, that's good land. It's good soil. It's just it doesn't dry out like it should, and it these last couple of years have just been interesting. Um, so the farthest north, I believe he's gonna put soybeans on again. Um, he has kind of a strategic plan. My dad does. Uh, and then the one in between, again, will be um, corn, mainly because it is that wetter ground, and we don't want to gamble too much. Um, because sometimes you need it to freeze, but you need it to freeze and not snow, and we just don't want to get ourselves stuck somewhere. Uh, we have the 22 or 23 acres of rented ground close to home. It's just like a 5-minute drive down the road. That's planted into wheat. I don't think I really talked about that. We actually baled, I think that was my first straw baling video was out there. Um, but there's wheat on there. That will eventually, actually next year, the plan is next year to sow it down, and that'll all be hay of some sort. Unless the wheat does not grow, or if the wheat doesn't turn out, it will get sowed down. And next year, or this year, or 2020, for the 2020 season. And then we have 10 acres behind the barn. Um, we are still kind of working on picking up some more land. It's just kind of a constant, I think, just continually looking for land to rent. Our issue is, and I've said it in a different video, we are surrounded by large farms. And some of the farms around us aren't exactly, I wouldn't exactly call them family farms. The one big guy that is here is, he buys and rents land like he's a bank, I guess. And you could just buy land and rent land and pay more than anybody else can and somehow make a profit just to be the biggest guy around. And there's some really nice land right by us that it doesn't get planted. There's for sure there's one 80-acre piece it's beautiful flat land, and the guy has so much land that he doesn't plant it. I don't I don't get it. But anyways, it's really tough for us to get land around here, so we really gotta kind of stay on the ball. And we're working on some. We might have some. I haven't heard anything yet. It's still early. Hopefully we could pick up just a little bit of something. Um, we have no intention of getting huge, uh, but a little bit more just to get our farm out of a small farm. And you know what? Once you get more, then you're gonna want more and more and more. Well, we'll see. I guess it's you gotta do what you can handle. I guess. Um, but overall, 2019 was a fairly good year. We got a lot of baling done, a lot of custom haymaking. I think it went a little bit better than last year did, which is weird because I mean I feel like we had a lot more rain this year, but um, we didn't get nearly as much bean straw as I would have liked to get baled. However, uh, that 55 acres of corn stalks that I chopped, we did actually get that round baled. I do not have any footage of it. It was kind of a last minute thing, and at the time I had 3 or 4 days of video to put out yet, and I just basically I raked it and they came in and baled it. I wasn't gonna get much footage out of it. We got 350 bales out of it, uh, and we are seriously considering a round baler just for that purpose. I'd like to see uh, how the bales turn out uh, just to gauge, what we want to do for next year. But anyways, I've talked long enough. I have a problem with talking too much. But anyways, um, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the harvest series. We have a lot of work to do yet. Just gonna start kidding again. We're gonna have lots of goats around. We got a lot of work to do on equipment, a lot of washing, a lot of cleaning up, a lot of preparing for spring. We might have some new things coming. Might. We'll see. We might not. Probably will. That's the plan. We'll see. But stay tuned for that. I'll keep you updated on all that. And yeah, I can't think of what else. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gone this weekend. Um, and so I guess we'll see when the next video is out. I'm gonna try and strategically post these as I go to hopefully keep you guys entertained in a way. Um, I believe we're at 54 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. Uh, this is definitely tough, definitely hard to get started, get an audience. And just like farming, I don't want to get huge. I just want to have a decent fan base. And so far, you guys are doing wonderfully. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.